Hey, what up, superstars? It's your boy Ibetonme with some more Destiny 2 content. Hey, got another great video for you guys today. In this video, I'm going to give you guys a full review of the new Destiny 2 Iron Banner weapons making its way into Season 22, Season of the Witch. So I'm going to show you how to get these weapons, all the weapon stats, including time to kill. I'm also going to give you guys some of the best god roll traits it have on this weapon, but make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to give you the perfect god roll for both PvP and PvE that I'm going to be farming for. Also, I definitely want to tell you guys, welcome to the channel. I definitely appreciate the support, and hey, feel free to sub or like the video if you wish to. Now, to get these weapons, you have to complete the Iron Banner matches and earn rank up packages from Lord Saladin at the tower. Now, the first weapon we're going to take a look at is the Guiding Sight Legendary Scout Rifle. Now, this is a 150 rounds per minute, 13 in a magazine with a base recoil of 75. Now, it is a strand primary scout rifle, okay? So it is a high impact frame, so it has slow firing with high damage. Now, this weapon is more accurate when stationary and moving slowly and aiming down sights. Now, these weapons have two origin traits. The first one is Skulking Wolf. While at low health, Guardian final blows with the weapon greatly enhance radar and remove you from opposing radar. So on a Guardian kill while below 63 HP, it grants enhanced radar and it removes you passively appearing on opposing radar for 10 seconds. Now, firing weapons still ping enemy radar once per shot. And the next trait is Nadir Focus. Sustained fire increase accuracy and range, and it increases lunge distance for swords and projectile velocities for launchers. Also, down in the comment section, guys, I would definitely love to know what you guys think about this weapon. What god rolls are you going to be farming for, or what other Iron Banner weapons you're going to be farming for in particular roles that you're looking to farm. Now, when it comes to the PvE god roll that I'm going to be farming for, when it comes to the weapon damage for a crit, which is the head per bullet, you're looking at 4,964 damage. For the body, you're looking at 2,828 damage. When it comes to the PvE damage fall off, aiming down sight, you're looking at 82.45 meters, and hip firing, you're looking at 41.23 meters. And with the PvP god roll I'm using, you're going to have a damage of 87.75 per bullet for the crit, which is the head, and 50.00 to the body damage. And with the time to kill, we have an optimal TTK of 0.80 seconds, all headshots, and for the body, we have 1.20 seconds. And with the PvP damage fall off, you're looking at 87.78 meters for aiming down sights and 43.89 meters when you're hip firing. When it comes to god roll traits for both PvP and PvE, this weapon has some pretty good traits. So for instance, one is Demolitionist. Kills with this weapon generate grenade energy. Activating your grenade ability reloads this weapon from reserves. You also have Moving Target. Increase movement speed and target acquisition and moving while aiming down sights. Also, you have Tunnel Vision. Reloading after defeating a target greatly increased target acquisition and aim down sight speed for a short duration. You even have Perpetual Motion, which the weapon gains bonus stability, handling, and reload while the wielder is in motion, also hatchling. Precision final blows are rapid defeating targets with non-precision weapons, spawn a threatening at the target's location. Even Adrenaline Junkie. This weapon gains increased damage and handling for final blows with grenades or this weapon. You even have Kill Clip. Reloading after a kill grants increased damage, and you have at least 3 more god roll perks that's on this weapon. So this weapon can roll with some really good traits and perks for you guys. Alright, so for the PvE god roll, let's look at the stats over to the left. We got 70 for range, 39 stability, 62 handling, 90 recoil. So let's look at the perks and the traits in the middle. Line number 1, we have Fluted Barrel. Add +5 to stability, +15 to handling. Line number 2, we have Armor Piercing Rounds. Rounds cause extra damage to combatant shields and it overpenetrate targets, and it slightly increases the range by +5. Now in line number 3, we're going with Demolitionist. Kills with this weapon generate grenade energy, and activating your grenade ability reloads the weapon from reserves. So in more detail, weapon kills grant 10% grenade ability energy. Then kills with sniper rifle, shotgun, glaze, or fusion rifles grant 20%. Now, using a grenade ability refills the magazine, and it's a 3-second cooldown between refills. And in line number 4, we're going with Adrenaline Junkie. This weapon gains increased damage and handling from final blows with grenades or this weapon. So it grants a stacking damage buff of 20 handling for 4.5 seconds on weapon or grenade kills, and grenade kills grant all 5 stacks. So it'll increase your damage if you get 5 stacks up to 33% more damage, and the buff duration refreshes on weapon or grenade kills. Now we're going with the origin trait Nadir Focus. So let's look at the effects over to the left, guys. We got Fluted Barrel, Armor Piercing Rounds, Demolitionist, Adrenaline Junction, Nadir Focus, Stability, Masterwork with a counterbalance stock weapon mod. So for our PvP god roll, let's look at the stats over to the left. 87 range, 61 stability, 47 handling, 56 reload with a 43 aim assistance. So let's look at the perks and the traits in the middle. Line number 1, small bore, add +7 to range, +7 to stability. Line number 2, we have ricochet rounds, add +5 to range, +10 to stability. And the rounds ricochet off hard surfaces. Now in line number 3, we're going with perpetual motion. This weapon gains bonus stability, handling, and reload while the wielder is in motion. So when you're in motion for a minimum of 2 meters per second, that's when it'll perk. Now after 2 seconds of the perk, now the second stat perks after 10 seconds of constantly moving. Okay, now each stack provides 10 stability, 10 handling, and 10 reload speeds. Now all stacks are removed if movement speed is below 2 meters for 0.5 seconds, and it also works and can be activated while stowed. And in line number 4, we're going with Kill Clip. Reloading after a kill grants increased damage. So upon finishing a reload within 3.6 seconds of a weapon kill, is going to provide 25% increased damage for 5 seconds. Now the buff stays active while the weapon is stowed. And then for the origin trait, we're going with Nadir Focus again. So let's look at the effects over to the left. We have small bore, ricochet rounds, perpetual motion, kill clip, Nadir Focus, a ranged masterwork with a targeting mod. And when you add 2 targeting mods to your helmet along with the weapon mod, that's going to give your weapon 13 more aim assistance to give you a total of 43 to make this weapon easier to use and more accurate. And the next weapon is the Point of Stag Legendary Combat Bow. Now this weapon has a base draw time of 684. Now it has a base recoil of 77. Now this is a arc primary combat bow, alright, but it is a precision frame. So it's a compound bow that has a longer draw time and it's optimized for damage. So when you have this weapon and you're aiming down sights, you could cancel this weapon shot by just pressing the reload button. Now this weapon has the origin trait Skulking Wolf, but it also has another origin trait called Wild Card. Final blows with this weapon has a chance to create experimental submissions at the target's location. So a kill has a chance to release a very amount of explosive submissions on top of where the enemy dies. So the submissions does 39.5 damage, and it inherits the weapon's combatant damage scaling. Now when it comes to this weapon damage with the guile roll we're going to be using in PvE, for the crit, which is a shot to the head, is going to do 13,854.90 per shot. Now to the body is going to do 9,236.60 per shot, and is going to decrease our draw time from 648 to 442, which is going to make this weapon draw time significantly faster. Now for the PvP weapon damage to the head, which is the crit, for 1 bow shot we're looking at 226.66 damage, and to the body shot for 1 bow shot we're looking at 151.11 damage, and the draw time of 442. Now when it comes to PvP and PvE guile roll traits, they have some pretty good ones. One is no distractions. Aiming this weapon for a short period of time reduces flinch. Also archer's tempo. Draw time decrease after every precision hit. Also elemental capacitor. It increases stats based on the current equipped subclass. You even have dragonfly. Precision kills create an elemental damage explosion. Also you have vorpal weapon. Increased damage against bosses, vehicles, and guardians with their super active. You also have golden tricorn. Final blows with this weapon grant bonus damage while the buff is active. Grenade or melee kills of the same damage type greatly increases damage and duration duration, and it has about 3 or 4 more godly god roll traits as well on this weapon. And if you do want to see all the traits on this weapon, you can go to d2foundry.gg. Alright, so let's look at the PvE god roll. Let's look at the stats over to the left. We have 88 accuracy, 45 stability with a 92 recoil duration. Alright, so in line number 1 for the perks and the traits in the middle, we're going with polymer strings. Add +5 to accuracy, -36 to draw time, so it's going to give us a slightly faster draw time. Line number 2, helical fletching. Add +5 to accuracy, +5 to stability. Line number 3, archer's tempo. Decrease charge time for every precision hit. Line number 4, we're going with golden tricorn. Final blows with this weapon grant bonus damage, and while the buff is active, grenade and melee kills of the same damage type greatly increases damage and duration. And for the origin trait, we're going with wild card. So let's look at the effects. Polymer strings, helical fletching, archer's tempo, golden tricorn, wild card origin trait, and we're going with an accuracy masterwork with a counterbalance stock mod. Now for the PvP god roll, we're going with the exact same roll, guys. This thing is perfect for PvP and PvE. It's a perfect god roll. The only thing we're switching up is the aim assistance. So instead of a counterbalance mod, we're going to use a targeting mod, and then 2 targeting mods on the helmet that'll take our aim assist from 72 to 85. So that's +13. And then instead of using the origin trait wild card, we're going with the origin trait skulking wolf. So if you look at the effects over to the left, it's the exact same thing, except for we're using a target. Like I said, we're using a target mod, and we're also using skulking wolf. So if you are interested in more Destiny 2 god roll guide videos and weapon reviews, I would suggest you watch this playlist next. Also, don't forget to like and sub. You guys have a blessed day. Peace.